there's a deep wisdom and magic that exists in the rivers of the world. Civilizations have always been drawn to rivers and have formed around rivers, and I have experienced a very strong pull to them as well. I've tried to be a student of the river because I've found no better analogy for life than the river. I'm going to share with you a couple lessons from the river. I'm a quite neurodivergent mammal, and I've been written off a few times in my life, particularly in school, and I've really enjoyed the opportunity to have a very forced minimalism and singular focus that the river creates for us. There is nothing but the simplicity of movement downstream that we need to be concerned with. And with my adult ADHD diagnosis, my focus on the river became much more clear. It was a setting where I could be myself. The river, like so much in nature and like our bodies themselves, has a breath. It has a rhythm. It has a heartbeat. It has an ebb and flow and a metronome. There's a really beautiful thing on snow-fed rivers called a diurnal flux. The diurnal flux is the rise and fall of the river level with the sun melting the snow in the upper parts of the watershed. It's something that's really special to get tuned into. With this expansion and contraction, stress and recovery, and joy and sorrow, we can learn a lot from this for our own lives. And I think we can take a lot into our culture of workism and hustle, grind culture, etc. I certainly have. Another thing that we can learn from the river is the management of risk. This is my personal high water mark in terms of vertical free fall. And this is a 90-foot waterfall called Nakalula Falls. It's in Alabama. This was the day that it was first run by 3 of us, myself and 2 friends. But risk in these powerful and primal environments is iterative. It takes a combination of skill, instinct, confidence, and reverence. And there's a lot that we can take from those games with real consequences into other aspects of our lives, like business or relationships or a variety of things, starting a family. I've also found that the river is very, very good at showing us what our friends are made of and demonstrating how important it is to pick your group wisely, pick your people wisely. It has been said that when you squeeze someone, what's inside them comes out. And I've never encountered a more effective way to weed out the bullshit than Class 5 whitewater. It's unbelievable. And it sets us up for the very important decisions of life partners, of business partners, and of other relationships in our lives, which are critically important decisions. This is a proud drone selfie of me proposing to my wife, Ashley. And this is a secret spot that you can't tell anybody about called the Blue Ridge Pinnacle. I highly recommend it. And the seasons of life are best lived in the present tense. Rivers change. This is our wedding cake. And it's tongue-in-cheek because, of course, Ashley supports me. And we can't go forward. We can't go back. We might as well be here now. We might as well live in the present. And pretty soon, what you find is that your river starts to have these little tributaries and waterfalls falling into it that make it so much more rich and meaningful. And you're even able to you're able to be of service to more people as you go down your river of life. The blue heron is a representation to many of us in the whitewater community of the people that we have unfortunately lost to this very powerful force of nature that we play with, that we dance with, that we love. But the reality is, it's not a sentient being. It just is. It's not malevolent. It's not benevolent. It just does its thing. All these people are personal friends. And this is something that I haven't really talked about very much until recently. And there's another slide of this as well. These are bright lights. And I started to talk about it for whatever reason. And that has led to one of the craziest personal transformation and growth periods of my life. Absolute peak experience. And it culminated in a retreat that was co-created by myself and an amazing mental health practitioner that worked with people like me to address the grief and trauma that results from losing our friends to the mountains and the outdoors through yoga, sauna, cold plunge, group work, individual work, and so many other special experiences. Do you have water? Thank you, Katie. And it redirected my life. It was unbelievable. The retreat was called Bright Shadow, and it is becoming a nonprofit. And I couldn't be more thrilled about that. And what Bright Shadow and this personal discovery period has taught me is two new lessons. One is that vulnerability is the greatest form of strength. The second lesson is that when we open our souls up to the parts of our psyches and lives that we have put into the corner that we don't want to address, when we open ourselves up to that and allow ourselves to go there, it creates more joy than we could ever imagine. And that's mine and yours and ours to share. Thank you.